Greetings everybody, this is me Preisi and welcome back to the 7th episode of Agrarian Skies. So last episode we finished some sort of basic ore production system which is happily running and producing resources, as you can see. Just for a short explanation for the persons who didn't watch last episode. I got a basic heat source down there heating those crucibles, which smelt up the cobblestone and turned it into lava. And the cobblestone gets generated by this igneous extruder up there. And we then take the lava, put it into the magmatic dynamo, which is our basic energy generation for now, which powers this pulverizer, which is also getting fed by cobblestone by the igneous extruder up there. And this guy here, this machine, I wanna just show you the recipe. Pulverizes the cobblestone, turns it into gravel, and at 10% chance it also generates sand, which then ends up inside of this autonomous activator, sieving the stuff now down, and that way we get our resources. And I guess I want to extend this quite a bit, since I want to get my quests done, want to carry on with those today, and since I need for this its automatic quest, I need a vacuum hopper, and for some reasons it didn't realize that I crafted an autonomous activator, so I have to do it again. And for that I need quite a bit of redstone again, since, well, not only redstone but also diamonds and emeralds. But diamonds and emeralds are getting processed here automatically, or generated automatically. I don't need to do anything for that, so I don't really need to worry about this part. But I need to worry about the redstone part, since this is a resource you can only get when you sieve dust. And since I don't have any dust automated yet, I pretty much need to do that myself still. So that's something I'm going to probably do right now. I'm gonna start with this now. But just to look at the other quests I can easily finish now. So there would be this one here, the sifter, which has a pretty cheap recipe as far as I remember. Sifter. Yeah, it's only a few sticks and some string. That shouldn't be too hard. Then this is something I want to get into today, since this is something I want to get pretty soon, a harvester and planter. Also I can get myself a chicken spawn egg right away. It's a very cheap recipe. Let's actually quickly get this. Let's get all arrows. So nothing special really, it's just 3x3 grid filled up with arrows, results in chicken spawn eggs. And since I don't really have any pen for them to stay, I'm just gonna put them in here. I know they're going to jump out sooner or later anyway, but I mean, actually no. You are not going to jump out. Wow, sometimes micro block placing is a bit tricky. Well, works. That works. At least that works. There we go. They should stay in here now, and I only have to wait for them until they lay an egg. And until this is the case, I can continue with the other quests I have to do. So as you can see, I actually have no emeralds ready right now, so I need to wait for that. But since I have the string necessary for one of those quests, I can quickly do that. Also, let me grab the rest of the wood and oak slab, because I want to upgrade something else too. So at first, those fishing nets plus this equals in a sifter. So this is something I can take now. I'm gonna take the right reward back. which is a good one. So let's open this. It's a bolt with feather falling 3. Wow, that's pretty useless since I already got one with feather falling 5. Never mind, it is how it is. This is mariculture. I actually have to say I didn't really take a look on that mod yet, so I don't really know what it's good for, what it's capable of doing. The only thing I really know about it is that it adds quite a few things to oceans in basically any vanilla maps, and also it's pretty much only about fish, you know, since this stuff here is also added by it. Cooked calamari and all that. So yes. Second thing I wanted to craft here pretty quick is a barrel, since I want to add one to my system downstairs, because it still has 2 flaws, at least for now. Well, actually it has 3 flaws. One of them being the energy generation, which is already overboard, since this engine, this magmatic engine, or dynamo as it's called, can produce up to 80 RF per tick, while this thing only consumes up to 40, so this one could power 2 pulverizers at the same time. But since I don't have the resources for a second one, it's only powering 1. The second flaw is here. As you can see, the item duct is getting stuffed, visible, which is made visible by those red borders around it, which have disappeared now because the cobblestone went into the crucibles. But to fix that, because that can create world corruptions or result in server corruptions, I put a barrel here, and I'm going to set this item duct here to dense mode. So just to explain that, their item ducts have 3 kind of settings. First there is the normal mode, displayed by it just being white, or when I'm not using the opaque version, just it's visible, translucent, I don't know how to, transparent is probably the word. Then there's the dense setting, which will see the connected item, so the better barrel over here, as the last possible inventory of all connected ones. And then there's the vacuum one, which will set this to priority 1, so highest priority. But we want that to dense setting. Gonna lock this thing. And also, since I'm generating quite a bit of gravel, I want to put in some gravel, so we maybe get some dust, which would be quite good. And that's actually already it. So I'm just gonna start getting dust, quite a lot of dust, maybe a stack or 2, so I can get a few pieces of redstone, hopefully. And then we'll basically see us again. But before, actually, I just want to kill the mobs in here, because they're... And not only the mobs, but also I want to grab all the resources that they drop. All those drops, because, you know, I like hoarding. So, I actually like this map, because it's basically all about hoarding. And just to kill some of those off. There we go. Yeah, I need to get some sort of automated killing installed. I know there are several ways to do it, one of them being the punji stick. But for that I would need sugarcane, and I'll get that later. Also, I could put down a hopper or a vacuum hopper, but you know, not now, later. So I'm gonna get started with getting dust, and we'll see you again in a bit. And I'm back. Got everything sifted now, all 94 items. No, wait, 96 items. Sorry for that. Counting fail. And I got 13 redstone, which is plenty for now. More than I actually need. So I can actually already... Oh, already had the stuff in my inventory that I needed. But I have to grab everything else that I do need. Containing some iron, some copper, and all that. And I'll also grab a bucket of lava. And I'll quickly head downstairs because I need some glass. So if I remember correctly, I have some sand production going on there passively. So I'm gonna grab a tiny little bit of sand and smelt it up because it's, let's say, more time efficient than standing there myself and farming the stuff myself again. My own again. So 32 should be plenty. Then as you can see, I got 2 emeralds and 2 diamonds ready. And even one more redstone in there because of the dust that got created while pulverizing the gravel that I put in before. And now, since I got pretty much everything I need now, and this is also still running, so what I'm gonna do now is the following. I'm gonna put in one more, and then I'm gonna put it on high mode, so you should stop. And this is set to cobblestone again. Got 1 obsidian in there, lava is still in there. We're gonna refill the water and set this to ignore redstone signal again. So the Ignis extruder produced 1 obsidian for me, and now it continues with its cobblestone production happily. So now I got pretty much everything I need to complete the further automation quest. And then I can actually already start extending the system down there because I got extra sieve made, standing here at the moment. And all in all, I got pretty much everything I need to continue working. Oh wait, I need the chest before I make the vacuum hopper. So to begin the vacuum hopper, you need a normal hopper, piece of obsidian, and ender pearl. Put it into crafting grid. That's a shapeless recipe, and you get the vacuum hopper, which is a pretty useful block. I'm gonna set it up in a second as well. Then, while this is smelting and while I'm preparing the rest of my resources, I can already smelt up the glass. Then, since I want a second pulverizer, I need piston and a machine frame and a redstone reception coil. For the coil I need 1 more redstone, so let's get that going. This is done. For the piston I need 1 piece of wood again, and let's quickly fill this in manually since I want to use the aluminium. And now we got pretty much everything. Let's wait for the last piece of glass. Okay, we got everything now. So there we go. Pulverizer done. Now we want the activator, the autonomous activator. And just like this. For that we need a second piston, a chest, and a pneumatic servo. So this requires 2 of those. Then the piston requires 1 more here, 1 more there. And we need 2 in there. That's no problem at all. So piston right away. Done. Chest is not that hard either. Done. And the pneumatic servo. For that I need 2 more pieces of glass, which I have sitting up there in this chest. And now let's make the second autonomous activator. And as you can see, this quest is done now. I'm gonna claim the reward back right here. Got everything ready. Let's put the stuff I don't need anymore in a chest. And actually I'm going to need a few more of the redstone. Just a few pieces. because I want to make myself any kind of energy conduit. And if you look for energy conduit, there are in total 3 different types of energy conduits. There's the leadstone one, which is the lowest tier one, which is the one I'm going to make right now. It can transfer energy at a rate of 80 redstone flux per tick, but this limit only exists on inputs and outputs. So I can hook up more than one engine and of course one and more machine, and it'll happily work, continue working. Then there's the hardened energy conduit, which is some sort of upgraded version. As you can see, it requires some invar and redstone to upgrade a normal redstone conduit into the hardened one. And then last but not least, there's the redstone energy conduit, which is the top tier one with a transfer rate of 10,000 redstone flux per tick. But this one requires quite a bit of redstone, as you can see. And of course, it requires some hardened glass and electrum. I already have the electrum, but I don't have the induction smelter, so I'm going for the leadstone now, since it's actually already not really necessary to go for anything higher than that. Also, we got an egg now. And did I already infest the tree up there? No, I didn't. Let's quickly do that so we can later on harvest it. So we can continue with the, I think it was called Mary's Butcher quest? No, with the Pastoral Life quest. Then this quest is already done, but now let's quickly open the reward bag. And we got a bunch of fish, which have different traits, and this is basically just like the forestry bees but with mariculture. And as I said before, I don't really have taken a look into this mod yet. It looks kind of interesting, but I don't really see the need of looking into it because there's no quest that is actually working with it or requiring to take a look into mariculture, so yeah, nope. And for some reason this silkworm didn't want to go in there before, but now that's done. Let's put away anything not necessary. There we go. And also one more thing I want to quickly start at least, is let's make one more set of item ducts, or you know what, I'll make two sets of item ducts. So just like this. And then I don't only want item ducts, I also want at least one one servo. So same recipe as before, pneumatic servo. And now let's make myself some item ducts. Got enough stuff to make some levers, so that's okay. Also, I'm going to grab one more of those, and I'll make myself one more barrel. And at the same time, I want to... Okay, that went fine. Grabbed all the other barrels, so quickly sleep if we can. So it's still day. And yes, I noticed the hungry up there, so I'm gonna eat something in a second. If I have something. Apparently I don't. So let's actually just need a bit of zombie flesh. There we go. I can simply now go into the squid farm as I did the last few times already with my awesome Axe of Despair, which, as you might have noticed, has leveled up one level. It now has added itself a level face, which is pretty awesome if you ask me, because now it's even quicker than it used to be. Of course, there are way more quicker tools. At least if I upgrade it later on with Cobalt Head and all that, then it'll be almost instant on trees, you know. But for now this is fine, since we're pretty much only at the beginning of what's possible. We only scratched the surface, you know. and there are some pretty amazing things possible. Also, I forgot the sieve up again, upstairs. But let's put away the other stuff that I don't need for now. Yeah, that should be fine. Oh wait, the energy conduits. And now, as you can see, items are spilling all over the place. Easy fix for that. I'm just gonna replace the walls here with stone brick. Just for now, of course. I mean, it doesn't look that fancy or anything, but it works. Function is at the moment more important for me. And also, as you might notice, I'm not the best builder. I don't have any aesthetical skills. Probably because I have to say I'm somewhat colorblind. Got a red green, well, color weakness. I hope I said it correctly in English. I don't know the right word for it in English, but that's at least how it's called in Germany. Roughly translated, of course. And now what I'm going to do here is this, but this color weakness, so to say, results in me not being able to really differentiate between different colors, at least a few colors. At least not if they're not directly next to each other. And yeah, I don't know. It is how it is. Can't do anything about that. But here, as you can see, got the vacuum hopper, and I set it up so it's going to output any item it collects into this chest. As you can see, this let's call it a node appeared here. So anything is going to be sucked up. And there's only one more thing I need to do, and that is put some sort of auto killing in there. Easiest way for now would be the punji stick, which is this thing over here, which requires 5 sugarcane. So I have to start growing sugarcane in a bit. But for now, let's continue with this thing here. So got the item duct. I'm gonna apply the pneumatic servo here, and I'll grab one piece of rotten flesh. I'm gonna set this to whitelist rotten flesh. Oh, I wanna put that in the upper left corner and say ignore redstone signal. Then probably at first I want to get myself a second chest. Just like this. Then I want to have a few levers. Oh wait, that's not how you craft levers. That's how you do it. Oh yeah, and as you can see, this thing is pretty strong. It sucks up items from quite a distance. But I think I want those barrels to be right here. So let me do it like this. Get rid of the connection over there. Don't want that to connect at all. And I'll stick those in here. Those should, oops, those connections should pull out any dirt that's getting created and stick it inside of this chest. And up here I basically want all the rotten flesh to be funneled, transported into the barrels, which should start happening now. As you can see, this should increase, and up there we can see the rotten flesh getting composted. And same thing I did before, back there, I want to do over here. I'm going to set one of those to dense mode and connect it back, so this is safe. Let's grab everything up again, and we should slowly but surely see items. Oh wait, and one more thing that I didn't show you, there's one more mode. So at any of those item ducts which is pulling stuff out, there is also a round robin mode. And this is used to equally send out the items to any chest or connected inventory. But I'm not 100% sure if that's working correctly. But this block over there should slowly but surely turn into dirt. Okay, now it is, and it got pulled out and transported into this chest, and we should see it in any second. There we go. So this is my somewhat basic semi-AFK dirt production system. Of course, it's very small and probably take ages to produce any huge amount of dirt, but that's not what I want. I want just enough to get myself rubber saplings in the future. But now that that's done, I'm gonna quickly grab myself this sieve up there, and we'll see this again in a second. Also, just to quickly mention it, this thing here is completely infested now, so I'm gonna harvest the leaves until I have 16 string, which is exactly the amount I need for making a squid spawn egg. And 9, 10. Okay, we got 10. We should have another 6 more string inside the chest over here, if I remember correctly. Yes, we do. And now I sadly have to use up pretty much all my sticks. My wood, I meant to say. So we are officially out of wood, it seems like. Yes, we are. Well, no, we have that extra wood or extra trees wood, which I could use. Okay, there we go. All the fishing rods I need. Combined or surrounded. I'd surround the egg with it. And this should give us a squid spawning egg. And there we go, got one of those. So, let's complete one more quest. This one over here. And we're gonna grab the right one again. Let's see what we get this time, but before, let's quickly empty out the inventory. Don't want to have all the unnecessary stuff on me all the time. I can actually smelt this stuff even though I don't have 8 yet. So, what did we get? Sort the inventory. Oh, okay. Seems like the wood issue has solved itself already. Cool. That's pretty cool actually. Might also be cool for building, but as I said before, I'm not that good at figuring out good combinations of different colors. But I have to say I like the ebony wood a lot, and not only that one, but there was one more. Walnut looks also pretty amazing, if I remember correctly. And the cherry one, I think. I don't know. I played around with the woods in the past a bit. Did some, in my opinion, nice combinations, but that's about it. Haven't really done anything with it since then. So, let's go down again. There we go. Here we are. Now I got the sieve, got everything ready. So what I'm gonna do now is basically extend this, and we're going to extend this direction. Oh, did he drop something? No, he didn't. Sadly, not. So let's do this. And there's actually one more tool I want to show you. And for that I have to quickly get up there again, so we'll see you in a second. There we are. So the tool I want to show you is added by a mod called JABBA, which adds the barrels, the better barrels and all that. And this is the dolly. Dolly is a very useful tool. It requires only 5 iron. Yeah, 5 iron. And piece of wood. A combination like this. And this thing, as I'll show you in a second as soon as I'm downstairs again, is used to move inventories around. So as you can see, I can pretty much grab the chest, very easily move around, but I have the slowness 2 and mining fatigue 2 effect, and I can move that stuff around, which is pretty amazing since that makes stuff a lot easier. But now let's quickly extend this a bit. Put down a second torch, and there's an emerald again, which is useful to get more of those activators. There we go. Oh, oopsie, didn't intend that. Didn't intend to do that. And now we can get the stuff I need. Let's leave the rest inside there. Plop this down. And the crescent hammer is not only used to get rid of fluid ducts very easily, but I can also use it to rotate machines. And now this is rotated correctly, but of course I have to set this correctly again. I have to tell it to ignore redstone signal because of the activated lever below it. Then one more thing I have to do, and that is to move the magmatic dynamo. I'll put it down right here, so I'll actually already save up on one fluid duct. Then I'm also going to get rid of the pulverizer for a second. I'm going to place them like this. And since I know that the input for this pulverizer is the top, I'm going to put top as input like this. The left should be for those random chance items, and then the back should be the output for the normal items. So this sieve is going to work with gravel only to generate diamonds and all the other broken ores, and of course emeralds and coal. And then the left one will of course ignore redstone signal, and this will accept items from the right hand side and output anything into the bag. So this will get dust and sand as far as I remember. And then this should work just fine. So let me quickly connect this up. It's as easy as that. And we should see power rolling in. And yes, we do. But there's also one more thing I could do, and that is basically rotate the igneous extruder by 90 degrees. And then I could set up this pulverizer so it would be grinding gravel as well, because at the moment the sand that shows up in here is only going to show up at a 10% chance, so every 10th time roughly this is pulverizing cobblestone piece, this will get sand. Of course I can manually put in stuff as well, so that's no problem. But that's about it. Let's quickly take a look at our dirt production back here. Got 20 dirt already, and now of course it's slowed down because we don't have any more how's it called again, rotten flesh accumulated anymore, so that was sure that would happen. Thing to fix that would be of course to get a punji stick, but I think somewhat automated supply of dirt is already awesome. And oh wait, quickly take a look at this. So we got some nice amounts of resources. Let's hope this is growing constantly and fast. But I think this is actually pretty stable setup right now. I mean, it's of course not the most pretty one, nor the most efficient one, because of course the one of those two pulverizers is idling quite a bit. I have to work around that, but I mean, this is just temporary for now. I'm gonna move that in a bit anyway. Let's put away out my pipes, so inventory is a bit better now. organization wise. Okay, and now let's quickly take a look at the quests, because I think just to end up before I'm ending the episode, I can make myself a steam dynamo, which is another power source for added by thermal expansion, which requires a constant supply of water to generate steam, and then it'll use that steam to generate power. And of course, to generate steam it also needs heat source, basically meaning it will accept any furnace fuels. That's what I meant to say. Steam dynamo. So let's quickly craft that. Shouldn't be too hard to get. So it's just a bunch of copper really. And as you can see, there are two kinds of copper gears. One requiring 4 copper and 1 iron, and the other one added by forestry. Come on. Requires 5 copper, and I'm going to go for the one that requires only 4 copper and 2 iron, because I know that I'm going to need quite a bunch of copper in the future, and I don't want to be too wasteful about it right now, because as I said before, I played around with the mods on a multiplayer server with some friends before, and yeah, it's quite a hassle if you don't have everything you need, and you have to wait and all that, which is quite annoying sometimes, you know. And apparently this is the case again, because I'm missing the one piece of redstone, which I don't have right now. So I might actually considering going into the Nether in the future to get some Nether redstone ore, which is a very, well, let's say risky action, because going to Nether is, well, the Nether's dangerous. Let's say it like this. The Nether is pretty much a trap. You have to fight against infernal mobs, which are somewhat more hardcore version of the normal Nether mobs. Like for example, the zombie pigmen can shoot gas balls and all that. They have more health as far as I remember. And it's just crazy. It really is. But we'll see what I'm going to do about that. So let's quickly look if I already have one piece of redstone generated by the system down here. If not, I have to probably do it manually again, or I'm just going to wait for that next episode, which shouldn't be too bad. I hope you don't mind that. So since I don't have a lot of time today anyways, got to still learn some stuff for my next test, which is apparently tomorrow or yesterday for you guys, because it'll still take a while to upload the video for me. So hope you liked the video. If so, tell me what you like about it. If you didn't like it, please tell me what I should do different, what you didn't like about it, so I can change stuff, you know. So thanks for watching guys, hope you liked the video, and as always, see you next time, bye bye.